ఓం శ్రీ గురుభ్యో నమః. అందరికీ నమస్కారం. In this video, let us examine what is sacrifice or renunciation. We hear these words, renunciation and sacrifice, both in ordinary life and especially in spiritual life. Now, let us examine what is sacrifice. Giving up a lower rung in the ladder to go up to a higher rung in the ladder is not a sacrifice. See, Gandhi has not sacrificed his barrister career for the sake of a nation. Had he continued as barrister, he would have lived for his family and friends only and would not have got any recognition in life. So, to give up a lower rung in life to experience or to go to a higher rung in the ladder is not at all a sacrifice. You see, to experience higher dimensions of life, you have to give up. You must be ready to give up small things in life. Every celebrity has to sacrifice his comforts and entertainments during their intense practice when they undertake coaching in any particular field of activity. So, our P.V. Sindhu, let us take, she must have sacrificed many chilly mornings to practice, to indulge in practice or intense practice of sports activity. And the result you all know. So, to experience that higher dimension in life, you have to be ready to sacrifice the lower things in life. You see, you can live, if at whatever age it is, you can live one among the crowd, as one among in the crowd of that age group. But in your life, you had the rarest of rare blessings of meeting a master or guru or experiencing a divine person. So, you cannot afford to be like that mediocre personality That means you cannot afford to live such an ordinary life among one in the crowd of that age group. You must live with so much enthusiasm because rarest of rare blessings had happened in your life. You met a divine personality. You met an enlightened being. You enjoyed the presence of a great master, and you cannot live such an ordinary life. So, to experience the higher dimensions of life, you have to give up small things or small comforts, small conveniences in life. Unless you are ready to sacrifice, you will not be able to experience the higher dimensions or higher orders of dimensions in your life. So, you don't live like a mediocre personality. Live to your potential. Don't be as one among the crowd of your age group. You see, in life, after the birth, your education, as children, you get educated and then you search for your livelihood, you search for your life partner, get married, beget children, then enjoy the life the way it is. And then after the children are settled and after the retirement, the discussion, the conversations of pension, old age problems, and then discussing wherever you meet your age group people, you converse about the children's prospects, career, their problems, and all that. And finally, you leave the world as one among such crowd of age group only as an ignorant person. But you cannot afford to be like that because a rarest of rare thing happened in your life, and it has not happened in anyone's life surrounding your age group. Only in your life it has happened, that is, meeting a master, meeting a divine personality. Only in your life it has happened. So, live to your potential. You see, what is this living to one's potential? You see, it is like a tree. A growth of a tree is the death of a seed. In death there is life. In death of seed there is life because it has the seed has sprouted. So similarly, in life also dissolving the ego is to evolve. What is this dissolving the ego to evolve? See, when you introspect your own book of life by self-analysis, by self-observation, you come to know one thing, that is, everything has happened in your life, and whatever has happened, it is not your doing. Just it happened. Your birth happened. Education happened. So everything happened in your life. It is not your doing. Then you may ask, why the misery? Why the suffering? Because of your identification with that happening. When you identify yourself with the happenings in life, then you feel that you are doing the things. So, when doing, that kind of feeling arises in you, then this ignorance becomes a cause, because that feeling sprouts the feeling of ignorance, and from ignorance sprouts all misery and suffering. Remember, only on the mental plane. So, we are, everyone is subjected to some kind of a negative exposure in life generally. Either in case of children because of parents, in case of adults because of their spouse, they may be coerced to sit in a right place for 2-3 hours. That right place is a satsang. So, when you spend your time during those moments of satsang, you feel that there is a change, and there should be a change in the dress code, in your attitude, and in your behavior. Just such moments or short moments which you spend in a satsang may cause a change in your behavior and attitude towards your life, because that 2-3 hours you may feel it's a small thing and a small change, but remember, it is not a small thing for your system, it's a big thing for your system. The system takes it very seriously, and some kind of transformation begins to happen in your attitude towards life. So, those the moments which you spend in a satsang are very precious and may cause some kind of change in your life, and you feel excited at that small things. You get excited because those things are not created by you. They just happened. It just happened. For example, you see a flower, a rose flower. You get excited by seeing the color of the flower, rose flower, by the fragrance of that flower, because you are not the creator of that flower. You get excited. So maybe it is a small thing, but it's a big thing to your system in life. So you happen to meet a divine person, a divine personality. The next idea, the next thought, the next experience may result a change in your life. The next person you are going to meet, who knows, may be that a significant relationship in your life. You are meeting that person, the next person whom you are going to meet may become, that relationship may become significant in your life. So, life is invisible abundance. It contains which is beyond your comprehension. So, live such a life where the God takes your permission to write your script. You may also find that in special retreats of the satsangs, cleansing, purification, transcendence, love, bliss, so all spring from the deepest core of your heart, bringing some kind of an unalterable change in your attitude towards life. You perceive things and life differently from those moments. So, the sacrifice, what is your sacrificing? See, people say that fruit of action need to be sacrificed. See, when you sacrifice the fruit of action, you may be happy and do not get worried about the result of the action. But if the result of that action is positive, one is ready to enjoy the result. But in real sacrifice, it is entirely different. See, in real sacrifice, though the result is positive, you will not relish and enjoy the result, because that result has no value in your view. Why? Because you come to know, you come to realize that everything or every person and whatever the joy coming out of that is impermanent. So, and short lived, it is not going to be permanent. So, in search of your permanent bliss and joy, you live forever the result of the action, and that is because you leave it forever to experience the higher dimensions of life, and that is the real sacrifice. In this regard, I would like to narrate an incident happened in the life of Swami Rama, a great Himalayan sage. He said that when he was a child of 12 to 13 years, he was in his monastery with his master. There was a religious festival on one day, and when the rituals of festival are over, everybody was preparing to have prasad in the leaf plates spread over on the floor. So he also sat along with other disciples, and food was being served in his plate. So at this point, the master has looked at the entrance of the monastery and found an old monk standing there. So the master invited him and asked him to take part the food which is being served at that time. And that old monk has readily agreed as he was hungry. So the master asked Rama to get up, vacate, and give that food plate to the old monk who has just arrived. And Swami Rama said that he was feeling very hungry, and he got very much annoyed at the command of the master to part that food plate to the other old monk. But he reluctantly agreed and gave that plate and place to that old monk. And after finishing the food plate, the old monk has called Rama and blessed him like this: "My dear, you have been very hungry and were about to take the food served in your plate. But at the command of the master, you have parted that food with me, and you gave entirely that plate to me. In fact, I was very much hungry, and my hunger was satiated with the food which you have parted with me. Now I give you my blessings, my dear child. You will never suffer from hunger or thirst in your life. That is what the blessing I am giving it to you. And the master of Rama was standing besides Rama and bidding goodbye, the old monk left. Then the master turned to Swami Rama and told him, my dear child, whatever comes from his mouth, it becomes true, because he was a realized monk. So I want to give those blessings to you through him. That's why I have asked you, in fact, commanded you to partake your food with him. So that is the grace of the Master, which the disciples could not and cannot understand, because the Master's love is unalloyed and unconditional. So, whatever is ordained by the Master is divine and leads us to God realization. So, thank you.